So I wanted to just make one more video about telling time, just to help a little bit. I have one of these clocks now that can help show how the hour hand moves as the minutes go around. Um, because most of you are doing really well on when the minute hand is up at the 12, like this. This is the hour hand because it's the smaller one, and this is the minute hand because it's the longer one, right? So this time the hour is 9 and the minutes are 00, so we call that 9 o'clock. Now watch what happens to this hand as minutes pass by, okay? So now it's 9:05. Did you see how that moved a little bit? Now it's 9:10, 9:15, okay? As minutes go by, the hour hand gets closer and closer to the next hour because it's getting closer to 10 o'clock as time goes by. So when it gets down to the 6, the hour hand is going to be like right in the middle of the 9 and the 10 because it's halfway to 10 o'clock, right? Here's half of the clock. If it goes the other half, it will become 10 o'clock. Okay, so this time, if we count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is 9:30, right? So even though it's not pointing exactly at the 9, it is still 9:30 because it hasn't gotten to the 10 yet. So it can't be 10:30 because it hasn't even gotten to 10 o'clock yet, okay? Now it gets tricky as the minute hand gets on this side of the clock because look, it almost looks like the hour hand is pointing at the 10. Do you guys see that? Okay, it looks like it's almost pointing at the 10. So you might be tempted to say, oh, it's 10:45 there. But if the minutes are at 45, that means that they are really close to the next hour. So that means the hour hand's going to be really close to the next hour. The hour hand right now is really close to the 10. So could it be 10:45? If it were 10:45, that means it's really close to 11 o'clock. Is the hour hand anywhere near the 11? Not really, right? So it's still 9:45. Now look, as we move it even more, that is like almost totally on the 10, right? Well, let's think about it. If it's 55, if the minutes are 55, we only need 5 more minutes to get to o'clock, to the next hour. So it's 5 minutes until it gets to 10 o'clock. So the hour hand is super close to the 10, but it's not 10:55 because that would mean it's almost 11 o'clock, right? It's still 9:55. Okay, so let me show you one more example. Let's see, I'm just going to move my little clock around. I'm just moving it. Let's see. Okay, this time. I want you to think about what time would that be. Look at the hour hand, the short one. It's in between two numbers. The minute hand is pointing down at the 6. Think about what time that would be. Okay, let's do the minutes first. So we count by 5 starting at the 1. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the minutes are 30, right? It's halfway around the clock, which is 30 minutes. So if we look at our hour hand, it's in between the 3 and the 4. Do you think it's 3:30 or do you think it's 4:30? Think about it. Okay, if it were 4:30, that means it's halfway to 5 o'clock. If it were 3:30, that would mean it's halfway to 4 o'clock. Okay, the hour hand is in between the 3 and the 4. So it's 3:30 because it's halfway to the 4. It hasn't gotten to the 4 yet, so it can't be 4 something because it hasn't even gotten to the 4 yet. So it's still in the 3-hour time. Okay, so it's 3:30. Now again, watch what happens as we get closer and closer to 4 o'clock, right? when the minute hand is on this side of the clock in the 9, 10, and 11, it's really going to look like it's the next hour. But that's just because it's getting super close to the next hour. It is almost 4 o'clock. It's almost 4 o'clock. So it looks like it's pointing at the 4, but it's not 4 o'clock until the until the minute hand points straight up. Now it's 4 o'clock. Okay? So if you see this time right here, I'm going to go back. Think about what time would that be? Okay, we'll count the minutes. We're going to count by fives, starting at the 1. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay, so the minutes are at 55. It's only 5 minutes until the next hour, so it's super close to the next hour. So it's super close. So the hour hand is super close to what number? It's super close to the 4. But is it 4 o'clock yet? Mm-mm. So even though it's super close to the 4, it's not 4 o'clock yet. So it's 3:55. Okay, and then in 5 minutes, dun, 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 it's 4 o'clock. Okay, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions and I can help you more with it. Send you your own individual video, or we can meet on video chat to work on telling time. Okay, keep up the good work. I miss you guys.